Hey Rangers, today we're looking at Tokitsukaze. I hope I said the name right. We're going to call her Toki, which is a lot easier, but I really love this figure. It's number 361. So first of all, you have a lovely window display here. You have logos. On this side here, you have her pose. On the back is the multiple poses that she can do, as well as the two faces. And then on this side, you get another lovely picture of her. At the top, and I don't know why she's pulling that face. And that face there. So let's open this bad girl up and have a look inside. So here is Toki, and I've got to admit, it's not a bad figure. It's very, for what you get with her, I'm very surprised on what they released. But for the figure, it looks really nice. I really like the little boat on top of her head. Her eyes like stand out quite well. But the one thing I have got to admit is her hair that stands out the most. That's what really caught my eye. When we turn around very slightly, you can see that you've got like kind of faded grey, which I quite like. It's there as well, and also kind of like the ship insignia in gold. Her eyes, I said, is quite nice, and then obviously you've got the kind of chain, which I'm guessing is an anchor. Yeah, it's an anchor. So yeah, and then you've got the blue coming along the lines of a scarf. So it looks like she's in a school uniform. Then again, you've got the yellow, works really well with the white, and then when you see the joints up here, obviously they're kind of exposed. But obviously they're the same color. So as we move down, we can see that the white really kind of works well with the blue and the yellow. You can see that she's got the kind of like the clip on the back. She doesn't stand up very well, but I'm guessing it's because she's kind of top heavy with her like artillery cannon thing on the back. The kind of like the cuffs here, they're kind of loose, which I kind of thought they'd be a part of the actual outfit. So you just take the hands out so they won't fall off. And again, you've got them here. You've got on just the top part of the leg. You've got the kind of like, I'm guessing it's like a belt or something, but they move very slightly, so they're not attached to the actual leg. Again, you've got like blue buttons here, which look really cool, and again, the kind of the blue going around the bottom of her uniform. As we come down to her feet, we can see that the part of the rudder for her ship. So it's a really nice kind of like burgundy red. It kind of really works with the grey. I kind of wish it kind of matched with her uniform at the top. You can see that you've got the lines going down on her feet, as well as you've got the little bubble there, like a button, and just there you can see like there's kind of like I'm gonna guess it's like kind of another button, but it's on both legs, both feet there. When we look at the back, you can see more of the rudder. So we pretty much covered it in the other clip. So you can see that the rudder there would control, and then you've got the kind of her, I'd say cuffs on her shoes, for her socks. As we move up, we see that the standard joints, again, same sort of circular things like the pegs, which isn't bad. Obviously they match with the actual leg itself. When we look at her kind of her backpack, it's more detailed, I think, than most of the figure. We've got raised lines here. We've got like kind of like where the nuts and bolts would be. On the side here, we have more kind of like dent, and then I never really saw this, but everything's tied up. Like I kind of like that in like a little bow, and again, it's all joined. So when you look here, it's all joined to the main thing. It does turn like so, but only turns to that side. So and turns. Oh, it goes around one way, but not the other. So we move the head down. No, it spins all the way around. So I don't know why it didn't do it like up there. It must be caught here. So when we look at the thing at the back, you can see where a scarf goes into kind of more blue and like a white line around it. So that looks kind of cool. I really like this. I like the way it spins around. When we look at the back of the hair, I kind of really wish that you got the grey here. I kind of wish it was along the tips. I think that would look really, really well. It's a smooth hair piece there, and then you've got some lines ruffled. I've noticed on mine that there are tiny little scuffs on it. Which I don't know if it's in everyone's, but hey, it's normal. Here we see the adjoining hair. It's layered, so it's not just like kind of one piece where it's all flat. And it stands out quite well. So with all figures, we look at the kind of like articulation and the stress test. So when we move it around like that, the feet go around like so. Just here, does the same sort of thing. The legs kind of bend, and you see more of the joint, just like that. Now, oh, I kind of held on to that, so it kind of slipped a bit. The legs turn all the way around. Same thing here. And then you've got the hands that move. So the pegs. That move. So. That. So it spins around. There's not, like with the body, normally with some of the other figures it can move around by the waist, so I don't know why they didn't put it on this one. So the head moves up and down. It is quite stiff when turning it around, but you can do, like so. Just turn it about, like that. So the figure's not too bad as it turns around. Just in case if I didn't really notice, put it in, like the arms, they do that as well. So I think I might have forgotten to put that in. You can see that our hands or our arms bend at the elbow. You can see that there's a normal white joint, so it's kind of more of a white than like the rest of it's kind of cream from just looking at it. So again, that's what. So with all figures, we have a look at the different heads, the different faces that come with it. So with this one, you have to be kind of really careful because it's quite stiff. Obviously, it's a new figure, but when we take this out, I kind of wish it came with like one or two more faces. You'll see why. Well, you saw why at the very beginning of the video, where it's like you hardly get anything for her. You have to be kind of careful because when I've put it in properly like that, it just doesn't feel like it wants to go in. So I don't know why they've not done, like with this one it feels very kind of so you can see that I'm having kind of troubles with the faces. So we put the head back on, and it feels like, again, when looking at it, it doesn't want to go back in, which I think that's kind of a very bad design flaw. Kind of like also the face, I mean, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it also feels like, or looks like the skin colour doesn't match part of it. So as you can see, I'm not even going to cut this out of the video. You can see that there's quite a few kind of problems with it. So that's with the face there. So I kind of like that face. That one looks to me very similar to most animes where it's just like, oh, or, you know, I'm not really respecting you that much. So obviously, because it's not been put in, it's not easy to take that out. So you can see, like, just even when coming to it, it doesn't look like they fit the line, which I don't like. So normally, like, they all click into place, but this one. So like, even when you try and put it in properly, this is a really bad design figure. So it does kind of, it clicks, but then it just pops out. So that kind of clicks better. I don't really like that face because I don't know why she's pulling it. It's like either she's really uncomfortable, but I don't know. I'm not, out of all the Figma figures that I've seen so far, this face, the way it is not my favorite. I don't know why, but yeah. You can take her head off like so. Before it came off really easily. This is the only reason why is like you can add like her hand, like a gun bag and stuff like that. Well, not bag, but like kind of like her guns, just like so. And then obviously you can add the head back in and it kind of clicks, which is fine. So it kind of gives a little bit more to the figure, kind of more of a kind of bit of life. Especially works very well with her face here, and it's kind of loose, so it's not kind of restricting. Her hands can move up and down still. The only thing is obviously this one you get closer in, where that one is kind of like that. So it's not too bad for what it is. So my kind of final thoughts on this figure is, it's one of those ones where I think it's just add it to your collection if you're just getting it for your collection. I've been collecting these figures for quite some time, got quite a few of them, and from what I've seen so far out of the ones that I've reviewed, this isn't my favourite one. One thing that I do find is a little bit sloppy is the fact that these could have been attached to here. It feels like you could just take them off and they don't really mean anything, which is kind of a bit weird. I think that the figure is a little bit restrictive. I think that with the changing of the faces, I think that's not the best way. It stands up quite well, but one thing I have noticed like Figma do is like they never make these holes big enough. You always have to have the I don't want to say it so it's dirty, but it feels like you have to really push hard, and then sometimes they just come out anyway. I kind of think that's they need to address that to make it fit properly. Try not to make it sound dirty. I mean, the figure is nice, but again, if you were just starting off thinking this is a cute figure, I would possibly look into getting some of the other ones. This isn't really the one that I think is worthy of the collection in a way, or if they did, it would change, like, again, attach this properly so it doesn't fall off. And again, like when looking at the hands here, you know, you've got different hands for different things, but again, you don't get the plastic stand, so I don't know why. It just feels, this figure to me feels very kind of lazy, and they just put it out there because maybe they need to fill a quota. That's how I kind of feel on this one. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. Would you collect her? Would you not? I mean, one thing I've just noticed I think you can do is like, so you can't even move that, which is a bit of a shame. So that again is a major big thing. I know with the other ones that I've seen that you can move these up and down. So I find that a big shame, unfortunately. So tell me, what do you guys think? Do you like this figure? Do you not? Would you collect her? What are your thoughts? Do you think they're being a bit lazy with not actually having a lot of things with her? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the other videos on the channel. If you want to help support the channel on Patreon, link is in the description down below. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.